another thing about cutting out is that it's very tempting, like we've done here, to fold the fabric in half, match up our selvages here, have a fold all the way over here, and you think, oh, that's nice, I've got double layers. Like, you know, if you've got a piece, for some reason you might have to recut the yoke piece, and so then it's really easy just to plonk this down here. You know, you've decided that you're going to change the grain, and so you put it down on the two pieces, you trace out your piece here, and then you cut it out. But what happens in that instance is that then you've got, you know, when you've finished with the piece, when you cut it out, you actually have this chunk out here, so you have a piece missing here and a piece missing here, and then you have this extension bit here, which just pokes out. So sometimes that can be used for something else, but a lot of times when you then go to use the fabric again, you start laying up from this edge, and this section here that you haven't cut anything out of is just this wasted piece of fabric. So in this instance, what I would do, so that that fabric, you know, also has a selvage on it too, I would fold my fabric, you know, this way. So the fold doesn't have to be down the center of the fabric. The fold can be, you know, wherever you need it to be, so that the pattern pieces still sit on. So 6, 7 more. So I folded that over, placed that in on the piece there, and now when I cut this out here, I still get the two new yoke pieces that I need, but it means that I also have, you know, this fabric here, you know, is an extension of the body of the fabric, so that you get a wider piece. It's probably easier to use to slide something in, and you've got your selvage there as a reference. What I haven't done here, the other thing you have to do is just measure. So measure from the fold. We know that the pattern piece fits on, but we want to make sure the grain's correct. So 19 there, and then 19 here. So just pull that up a little bit so that these widths are even, so that you know you're going to get the right grain line. And then this has to come up a little bit as well. So that's one way. That's with the yoke grain going across the fabric. The other thing to do too is, if you did want it, you wanted to have the yoke cut parallel to the selvage, is what I would do is just, again, you know, fold over the amount that you need here. So I've got my fold here, the selvage has come over to here. I'll just give that a measure, so that's 18.5 from the edge of the selvage to the fold there, and 18.5. So again, this way I'm just using a little bit of the corner of the fabric. I'm not sort of, you know, like folding the whole piece in half and then using that fold over there, you know, like to put your piece onto, because then you get this big chunk missing out of the middle. So, you know, try and fold the fabric so that you use the least amount of fabric and you have the biggest available piece left over for when you're cutting something out in the future.